Hello, and thank you for being with us here today at the FONOM conference. I'm excited to talk to you more about our energy transition at Enbridge and also how we can work together in a low carbon future. My name is Luke Scarup, and I'm the Regional Director for Northern Ontario based out of North Bay. And I'm sure that each of you are familiar with the gas company, now Enbridge Gas Inc., but you likely haven't heard about the great things that we're doing to reduce our carbon footprint and to position ourselves for the future as we advance on our energy transition towards net zero. Today, I'd like to give you an update on a few things, including who we are at Enbridge, our expansion plans, the changing energy landscape, our energy transition, and also, and importantly, how we can work together. Safety is our #1 priority at Enbridge. We believe that all workplace incidents and illnesses are preventable. Above all else, we aim to keep our employees, the communities we serve, and our environment safe. To do this, we invest heavily in the inspection and maintenance of our assets to monitor and assess their health while ensuring that they are fit for service. This constant monitoring of our systems includes gas control, inline inspection, proactive leak and corrosion surveys, as well as aerial patrols and more. In addition to the stats on the slide, we're proud to partner with our communities on safety and have invested nearly $2 million across Ontario through Project Zero and Project Assist. Project Zero provides combined smoke and fire detectors for local distribution through fire departments. Project Assist provides funding to local fire departments for training and training materials. So at Enbridge, we've got 4 large business units, and we're all part of a large Enbridge family. On the liquid side, we transport crude oil, gasoline, propane, and diesel fuel, and we provide 25% of the crude oil that's produced in North America. It ships through our pipelines. On the natural gas transmission side of things, we move 20% of all the natural gas consumed in the United States. On the gas utility side, we've got 3.8 million customers, and we provide 75% of Ontario's energy needs. On the renewable power side, we provide enough wind and solar and geothermal to provide power to 940,000 homes from the assets that we've got. So certainly a diversified portfolio. All right, in the next piece, I'm going to tell you a little bit more about our journey in Ontario. And since we've come through the North in the mid-1950s, we've had many names. And on January 1st, 2019, Union Gas Limited and Enbridge Gas Distribution became Enbridge Gas Inc. Together, we're the largest utility in North America by volume and the 3rd largest by customers. Our ambition is to be the utility and sustainable energy provider of choice, and we exist to deliver the energy that enhances people's quality of life. Over the years, we've had to evolve, and our journey started more than 170 years ago as a street lighting company. And at that time, with the advent of electricity, we've had a culture of adapting and growing right since the beginning. Our core values of safety, integrity, inclusion, and respect underpin everything that we do. Today, we deliver affordable and reliable energy to 3.8 million residential, commercial, and industrial customers in Ontario. We meet 40% of Ontario's energy needs, and we heat more than 3/4 of Ontario's homes. We manage $25 billion in assets, including pipelines that bring natural gas to homes and businesses and move it from one end of the province to the other and beyond. Thinking about the pipelines we have in Ontario, we've got close to 150,000 kilometers of pipelines, and that's enough to circle the world 3.5 times. We've got a lot of energy storage. Our natural gas storage system has almost 300 billion cubic feet of storage that helps us to provide steady and stable pricing for our customers. And each year we invest more than $1 billion in new capital projects in Ontario for pipelines and system upgrades, and invest another $1 billion in operations that includes spending on equipment, leases, power consumption, and wages. So taking a look at our operations in the northern region, our northern region's in blue on the screen here, and it starts at Oro-Medonte or around Orillia, and it goes along Highway 11 and 17 to the Quebec and the Manitoba borders. Across the northern region, we provide service to 89 municipalities and 11 First Nations, and we've got 315 employees working across 25 different depots. We pay our fair share of property tax, and in 2020, we paid just over $12.5 million in property tax. We've got over 14,000 kilometers of pipe across the region and just over 240,000 customers. Next, I want to talk about the energy landscape in Ontario. And again, natural gas is affordable, reliable, and it plays a critical part in Ontario's energy mix. So thinking about natural gas, it is critical and it provides 30% of all the energy used in Ontario. Typically though, when most Ontarians think about energy, they think of electricity, and electricity only makes up 17% of all the energy used in Ontario. The other 80+% is made up from natural gas, gasoline, diesel, and other fuels. Natural gas is reliable, and it provides almost 3.5 times as much peak energy as electricity for Ontarians when they want and they need it most. To put this in perspective, the amount of peak energy delivered by natural gas is roughly the equivalent of what would be provided by 30 nuclear reactors. On an average day, natural gas provides more than twice as much energy as electricity, and our operations are 99.999% reliable and are designed to work on the coldest winter day of the year and the hottest summer day of the year to meet peak demands and peak periods of use. Natural gas is also affordable. It's the cleanest burning fossil fuel and offers considerable savings when compared to other fuels such as propane, heating oil, and even electricity. The average annual bills for natural gas are roughly 3 times lower than the average electricity bill for home heating, and natural gas is the same price all day, every day, with no time of day use charges. We've also got a lot of proven supply. With today's demand, there's over 300 years worth of proven natural gas reserves from convenient sources in North America. This means that the low cost and safe and reliable natural gas service is a safe bet for years to come. So looking at our expansion of natural gas across the system, we've got a number of things going on. The first one is a natural gas expansion program. Phase 1 of the program was announced a few years ago. We've got a project in North Bay that we're finishing off now, the North Shore and Peninsula Road project on the top right. And in Phase 2, we're awaiting the announcement from the provincial government on the next wave of communities that we're going to be expanding to across Ontario. Through the course of the submissions, there were over 200 projects that were submitted, potential access to over 40,000 customers, and in total, requests for just under $2.3 billion in funding were requested, with many of these requests coming from Northern Ontario. In total, though, the program has a budget of $130 million, so it's clear that it's been oversubscribed. But the other side of this is that the interest in natural gas across Ontario for customers remains very strong. We also have some new tools that we can use through the recent approval from the Ontario Energy Board. We've got the ability to apply an expansion surcharge to some main extensions and developments, which is going to be a huge benefit in the north. Our customers tend to be a little bit further spread out, and in some cases we have a bit more rock to deal with, and these tools are going to help us attach more customers to our system, which is a great thing. In my travels and through conversations with individuals, communities, businesses, political leaders, there's 5 primary reasons why many of the people in the north want more access to natural gas. In summary, it's because of affordability, really just the cost of home and business energy. Energy poverty in the north is real, and natural gas provides affordable and reliable energy to customers. Economic development is another reason. Lower and more certain energy costs can lead to increased economic development opportunities for communities. Natural gas helps to grow the tax base. Natural gas is the only utility to pay property tax on its infrastructure, and bringing natural gas to communities has been shown to boost property values and thereby property tax revenues in communities as well. Natural gas also provides access to energy conservation programs to help homes and businesses increase efficiency and reduce energy consumption. And Enbridge is a community partner. We're very proud to work and invest in the communities that we serve. So you may have heard about Enbridge's new environmental social governance goals, but what does this mean? Well, in November, Enbridge Inc. announced a plan to get to net zero by 2050, with an interim goal to reduce greenhouse gas emissions intensity by 35% by 2030. We can and we will do more to reduce our carbon footprint. But what does this announcement mean for Enbridge Gas in Ontario? Well, it means more low carbon and zero carbon initiatives and investments in things like renewable natural gas, hydrogen, and continued investments in wind and solar. It means innovation and modernization of our existing systems to enhance efficiency and reduce emissions. It also means maintaining and expanding our longstanding efforts to help customers increase efficiency and to use less energy. And it also means decarbonizing our energy use and in some cases procuring carbon credits or renewable energy credits. Climate change is real, and we need to do our part to be the sustainable energy provider of choice. We know that the world needs more energy. And according to the International Energy Agency, global energy demand is expected to rise by more than 25% by 2040. This is due to population growth, urbanization, and a growing middle class. This means that as we approach 9 billion people, there's going to be more demand from businesses, vehicles, more demand for air conditioning, appliances, electronic devices, and server farms, and higher energy demands overall. So projecting out to 2040, global oil demand is expected to grow by another 10%. This is largely driven by demand in developing countries like India and China. Oil and natural gas together are forecasted to provide 53% of the world's energy needs. By 2040, renewable energy will more than double to provide more than 17% of global energy demand, but at the same time, we'll still have challenges with intermittency and reliability, and we'll need redundancy and backup. The truth is, we need all forms of energy to meet the needs of our growing populations. This includes oil, natural gas, and renewables. The key for us is to develop all forms of energy in the most sustainable way possible. We don't see this as a choice between which energy source is the best, but more of a transition to a new energy landscape that's greener, integrated, and more sustainable. We're committed to supporting North America's energy transition. Our low carbon future is a place where we use less gas, more gas, and green gas. To do this, we will be modernizing our infrastructure, and through our detailed 10-year asset management plan, we've got several modernization efforts that detail the replacement and repair programs to help improve the quality of our infrastructure, increase our asset health, and also to reduce fugitive emissions. In some situations, we talk about less gas. This may mean reducing emissions by helping customers to reduce their consumption, increase energy efficiency, or to modernize some of their aging equipment. Some circumstances, the right solution may be more gas, replacing heating oil, propane, or other fuels with cleaner burning natural gas for home or hot water heating. For transportation vehicles, switching heavy duty vehicles from diesel to compressed natural gas could also be a solution. And it also means greener gas. In some situations, we can reduce emissions by using carbon neutral gas. This can be found by blending hydrogen and renewable natural gas into our gas distribution system. And doing this will keep more natural gas in the ground and uses methane that otherwise would have gone to waste. So whether you're looking to cut costs, reduce emissions, purchase new heating equipment, or to create a more comfortable environment, Enbridge Gas offers a variety of programs, incentives, and services to help you achieve your objectives. As we mentioned, we're moving forward on a sustainable path to net zero. And in that, there's three key aspects. The first is conservation. We need to use less energy. Enbridge Gas is recognized as a leader in energy efficiency and conservation. And since 1995, our programs have helped save customers 28 billion meters cubed of natural gas and have reduced carbon dioxide emissions by about 52 million tons. Energy conservation is a key, and I'm going to share more about that on the next slide. Green fuels, and specifically renewable natural gas and hydrogen, are part of the solution. Renewable natural gas, or RNG, is a renewable fuel source that's created by capturing the methane emissions from anaerobic digesters, landfills, and wastewater treatment plants. It's cleaned and blended into our natural gas network and used for residential and commercial energy needs or as a transportation fuel. Renewable natural gas greens our mix of natural gas while capturing and putting to use the methane that's currently either being burned off or escaping into the atmosphere. Today, there are more than 35 renewable natural gas facilities in North America, with 9 of them operating in Canada. Across Canada, we've got more than 10,000 landfills. These landfills account for 20% of all of our methane emissions. In April, Enbridge announced a partnership to jointly develop renewable natural gas projects across Canada. This will transform landfill waste into carbon neutral energy, which can then be blended and distributed through the natural gas network. We can help you explore renewable natural gas as a solution to meet your community's climate action goals and to create a sustainable future for your community. Along with this, we've got the Opt Up program that's available for all customers in Ontario. It's a voluntary renewable natural gas program that essentially allows customers to purchase renewable natural gas on their bill for an additional $2 per month. And doing so can help reduce the carbon intensity of the natural gas that they purchase for their home or business needs. Hydrogen is another interesting one to touch on. It's not new. Hydrogen has been around for more than 100 years, but it's now seen as an emerging fuel and enabler in all markets for things like passenger vehicles, heavy rail, and even power production. The typical issues with hydrogen, though, are the cost of production and the distribution network. In 2020, Enbridge commissioned North America's first and the world's largest power-to-gas plant, producing emissions-free hydrogen from surplus green electricity in Markham, Ontario. And we've recently announced another hydrogen plant to produce hydrogen from hydroelectricity in Quebec. The Markham plant helps the independent electric system operator to manage the variability of intermittent energy sources like wind and solar power, and offers the opportunity to store excess electricity as hydrogen. This provides a safe and new approach towards energy storage for Ontario. This technology is scalable and can provide a significant storage opportunity for the electric grid. Today, we're blending up to 2% of hydrogen into our natural gas network in Markham. In this way, we can store excess electricity, green the supply of our natural gas system, and leverage the existing infrastructure to distribute this greener fuel. The last one that I wanted to touch on was compressed natural gas. In Ontario, the transportation sector is the largest single emitter of carbon to the tune of about 35%. And the bulk of emissions come from heavy-duty transport vehicles like transport trucks or buses that run on diesel. These heavy-duty vehicles can't practically be electrified, but they can be converted to lower carbon compressed natural gas. Compressed natural gas, or CNG, is better for the environment and offers lower overall fuel costs. Converting fleets to CNG can reduce tailpipe emissions by 95% overall, greenhouse gas emissions by 20%, and switching from diesel can save up to 40% on fuel costs and reduce noise pollution. Energy conservation plays a key role in a greener future, and demand-side management refers to incentives and education programs that help customers reduce energy consumption and to become more energy efficient. We know that residential energy use in Ontario has increased by about 8.4% since 1990, but without these energy efficiency programs, it would have increased by 54% over the same period. Our programs help to cut costs, reduce emissions, and help customers to purchase new higher efficiency equipment and to reduce the energy use overall. We've been working on this for a long time, been doing this since 1995, and have been recognized for our efforts. As an example, in the city of Sault Ste. Marie in 2018, our efforts helped to reduce the natural gas consumed by 14.4 million meters cubed, which resulted in a reduction of 5.4 million meters cubed of greenhouse gas emissions and provided a total savings of $2.35 million to the customers in Sault Ste. Marie. As we move forward, we want to work together, and we see many opportunities to do that. We can work with businesses through our Savings by Design program to help identify energy efficiency opportunities. And we've got a team of experts that can help you that can help provide assistance for the development or refinement of your municipal energy plans. And we've got experts who can work with you to investigate the potential opportunities for renewable natural gas or compressed natural gas in your facility, in your municipality. This could mean a project to develop renewable natural gas from a landfill or the conversion of fleet vehicles from diesel to compressed natural gas. And in some situations, there could be opportunities to do both. At Enbridge today, we've got almost half of our fleet running on compressed natural gas. And across the north, we're seeing more CNG refueling stations, including a recent announcement for the construction of 3 more in the last few months. So as we move forward, we'd love to hear from you. Please feel free to reach out either directly to me or Nicole Lado or Chris Miner, our operations managers for the area, or Chris and Oliver. We'd love to hear from you to talk about any of your interests and what we've talked about today in our energy transition, or we can also point you in the direction of some of our company experts. Of course, if you've got any concerns with day-to-day matters, if you smell gas or you want to talk about natural gas rates, or you're not sure which number to call, if you've got some digging projects going on, you can refer to the numbers on the screen. In closing, we'd like to say thank you very much for your time today. It's been my pleasure to share more about our energy transition at Enbridge with you as we work towards our goal of becoming net zero. Thank you very much, and it's been great to be with you today at the FONOM conference.